So I spent a couple of hours doing some work at the library. This is the Wirtschaftsuniversität, or the business school in Vienna, adjacent to the Prater. This is the Prater amusement park, another part of it, and as I mentioned in my last video, it's huge. And as you can see here, probably is the famous Ferris wheel in Prater, which I also talked about yesterday. In any case, today we have beautiful weather, 28°C. That's about 91 point, exactly 91.4 Fahrenheit, and it cannot be better. In any case, I want to talk about this particular project that I have with this YouTube videos. And that is, it's called exit strategy. So I think this is pretty important to have an exit strategy, no matter what kind of a situation one is in. I'm thinking about perhaps when one thinks about changing one's place of residence, or perhaps one's city or country or whatever, or is in a personal situation about relationships, job situations, all of this requires an exit strategy. And I think this is something that I'd like to explore more with you guys. So, I need to catch a bus. I mentioned before the transportation system in Vienna is fantastic. So it looks like I need to wait another 8 minutes, but they're always on time. The transportation system in Vienna, one pays about $1 a day or euro a day, and you can hop on any type of transportation: buses, trams, underground trains, and whatnot. So it's fabulous and very reliable and pretty inexpensive. So there comes my bus. Modern buses, very comfortable. So back in my neighborhood, these videos might be of interest to you if you're moving to Vienna or considering visiting Vienna on your next vacation. I came here some years ago, and I used to live in Los Angeles, and after arriving here, I liked it so much that I thought it would be nice to live here for a year. But that has extended to roughly 20 years. So quickly, how does the city compare? The city of Vienna compares with such a mega city like Los Angeles. So first of all, I think here there's a sort of slower pace of life that I enjoy. It's a good quality of life, good schools, hospitals, social system, and it's possible to get around very easily, as I mentioned earlier, on buses, or for $1 a day you can use all the transportation system in Vienna. And that's very positive, of course. In Los Angeles, you have to have a car. You pace of life is much faster. You spend so much time in traffic on the freeways. And here, actually, I don't need a car, so that's another positive thing about living in Vienna. The other thing is social system, some socializing, or the social aspect of living in Vienna, and that is, it's possible to call a friend and meet them 15 minutes later in the city. It's kind of like living in San Francisco, probably. But in Los Angeles, obviously, you've got to make an appointment with your friends and meet them 2 weeks later. Of course, there are situations also where people also have that kind of lifestyle here, where they make appointments with their friends to meet. But it's a lot easier here. That makes it a lot more more comfortable or easy to live and to be in touch with your friends. Again, in terms of exit strategy, at the time I came here to Austria, it was I had studied philosophy in Long Beach and came here for a conference on Ludwig Wittgenstein, the Austrian philosopher, and the countryside. I've made a video on that. This place called Kirchberg am Wechsel. This became for me an exit strategy. That means it made it possible for me to eventually leave Los Angeles and come here and live in Europe as an alternative. So it was probably by chance, but also something that I had in the back of my mind that made it possible, or made it easy for me to make the change. So at that point, it became an exit strategy for me. It was an alternative, and it was possible for me to contemplate coming here, living here for a while. And as time passed, I stayed here longer. So simple as that. So keep your options open. In other words, keep your exit strategies open, and it might pay off.